Hey, welcome, Miss Belinda, and everybody else that's gonna hopefully be watching it on what do you call it? On replay type deal or on whatever you want to call it. But welcome to the Radiant Purpose Hour. First off, I missed you all last week. Last week was just literally like a yes and then a no, and then we got corporate and then no, just kidding. But I know we didn't meet live, but I hope that you all got a chance to watch the reset session that I posted. And yes, girl, I literally recorded that thing at like 1 in the morning or so. Because after it was a yes or a no and stuff like that, it was Kyle's and I wedding anniversary that day. And so therefore dinner came back and I'm like, I need to record this. I want to record this. I need this for myself as well, right? But I made that promise and I was going to pour into you all, and I wanted to make sure that it was posted as promised on Friday, right? So if y'all watched it, thank you. And if you haven't watched it yet, go back and catch it because I really believe that that message was needed for this season. But listen, we're officially at May 21st, which means we have exactly 40 days left until the end of the Mary Kay year on June the 30th. 40 days. I was telling Belinda before we got on the call. I was like, it blew my mind. So, but this is not the time to slow down. This is definitely not the time to shrink back or literally the pivot season, right? Whatever we haven't done, let's do it. Whatever we did do, let's do better, right? So tonight, I really want us to reflect on this. What are your promises for these next 40 days? Not goals, but promises, right? Because we can't always control results. We can control our consistency, our effort, our attitude, our faith, our follow up, our courage, and our obedience, right? So before we jump into tonight's training, let's do our red hot moments. So drop it in the chat, or if you want to go ahead and share, since we are a small group, it's just Belinda and I tonight here on live. But what are your any wins, any faces, bookings, team building conversations, customers, or anything in personal life? I always like to mention, right? No win is too small because we celebrate movement over perfection in this space. So, you want to go ahead and share?
I'll share. I'm Belinda. I'm red hot because I had a customer do an order on my website without me even knowing them. And we know how we get that, right? We get that by being a star consultant.
So, reminder about that. For every three, or not for every, but from here to June the 30th, right? For those that, for any of the sales that go on your website, if you get 300 wholesale from here to June 30th through the website, instead of getting that little sparkly thing that kind of bothers your neck with the lanyard during seminar, you'll get another lanyard, which is really, really cute. It has like the little brushes. I think career conference.
Yeah.
Exactly like that one. I'm going for my second one because it's just so adorable. So, so yeah, so that's one of the challenges. If you get $300 in sales wholesale on your website, you get that at seminar as well. So, but congratulations, one on star, and two
Thank y'all.
getting all of those goodies from for being a star.
And then outside of Mary Kay, I was able to pay for Connor's graduation ceremony and his cap and gown. And I'm not posting it yet, but I will show in the group real quick. Maybe a little difficult, but I'll share with you.
I want to cry. I shouldn't be really want to cry because that boy.
I'm working on his little girl. I pulled up some photos. This is his first day of pre-K.
It's so cute.
Look at that little kid. Just super excited. And I'm doing his, like I did Jacob's graduation thing. I'm doing his, but I'm doing his like this photo with the first day of pre-K. That I'm going to do one with first day of what is it? Middle school, just like what, sixth grade, and then his first day of high school. So yeah, I'm going to use those pictures for his little graduation announcement type thing. So I'm very excited that we've been able to do that, and we'll have his ceremony June 27th at a Baptist church, and then we're going to do like a dinner or something where anyone that wasn't able to attend the graduation, because only 5 people can attend, we can do like a big celebratory dinner or something. So super excited, and we'll see where that goes. So those are my red hots.
Awesome. What better than Red Hot? Then it's just amazing. I'm literally like,
And school's almost out, so I'm almost. Riley's the last one in school. She's going to be a junior next year when she finishes this year. So I'm just excited. We've got like 5 days left of school.
go Riley, go Riley. It's the last one to bring it home, Riley.
Right? Oh my gosh! I think just 2 short years, I will no longer have high school students. Makes me want to gag.
That is so crazy. Well, congratulations. Huge, huge, huge proud mama moment. So, and that just, as I mentioned it before, when we were talking about when your kids got baptized and stuff like that just shows the foundation that you have been literally building for them. So, not only congratulations to them, but congratulations to you. Look at what you have overcome in these kids. And I get emotional because, like, whew, I've
Well, they're
seen.
your kids too. They're all y'all's kids, especially, 3 years now. So, proud aunties, proud, sisters, whatever y'all want to be and whatever y'all are, so family, it's what y'all are. So proud moments all around.
Yeah, absolutely. So not only have we've seen them grow, but seen you grow and seen you all grow as a family and the bond, the strong, like it's just amazing. So so proud of your little clan, your little fam. And as for me, my name is Claudia and I am red hot because well, one, I can officially say I am over 40. I'm not 40, over 40 because I'm 41 now. It was my birthday this past weekend and it was just so with so much love. My parents ended up coming coming up back to Houston. I did not expect for them to come over. Drove up here, celebrated my birthday with me. Had some more of my aunts and uncles and my sister and obviously Kyle put up that got me that sign. So it was just amazing. Had a great time with family. So that's why I am red hot. But one more thing before we jump in. So corporate launched the True to You challenge on May the 6th. It runs through 30th. And I've been posting all the details in Voxer, but if you haven't looked at it yet, we'll go over it briefly tonight because there is still time to run for it and finish strong. Hi, baby girl. And run strong on that. So let me share my screen really quick before. Let me screen share that one. All right, so let me go in here. So on the Voxer, as I'm showing you guys, it's this one right here is the True to Me challenge. So as I put in here, so the Mary Kay True to Me challenge started this Saturday. So let us catch you up on the details. You have until June the 30th to celebrate confidence, consistency, and the power of sharing the new TimeWise 3 foundation. So the challenge is to sell 10 or more TimeWise 3 foundations through June the 30th of 2026. All TimeWise 3 foundation sales from April 26th all the way through May 16, okay, will be backdated and included on there as well. And basically, the reward that you're going to be getting is that all Salesforce who sell 10 or more TimeWise 3D foundations during the challenge period can earn a True to Me Challenge Bling button for Seminar 2026. If y'all have been through Seminar, we're always trying to see what new bling we got in our bling badges, right? It is cute and funny, but they mean something. They mean that we are focused on our business. So that means more than what you all probably understand until you get there. And you're like, oh, why do you have that one and I don't? Right? Well, that is probably why. And you're also going to get standing recognition at seminar. So, and obviously that is basically for individuals. The unit recognition, the top 4 units per seminar, which is 12 total, with the highest foundation sales can earn an invitation to an exclusive virtual class on flawless space education for the sales director and her unit members. So guys, if y'all have faces, have anything, do their testing, offer them that new foundation. I think it would be so great for us to be recognized as some of the top 4 units. And what that would do is get us that class. A letter of congratulations signed by Ryan Rogers, our Muriel would get that. and also standing recognition with the independent sales director's name displayed at seminar. So seeing Maria's name up there because obviously her name represents us as well. So that would be a huge, huge win. So again, I just wanted to go ahead and remind you and let you know about that challenge. And I do have a little surprise. So one of the most incredible directors reached out to me today and said, Claudia, I want to do the next session for the girls. Y'all. So next week we have a mystery guest speaker joining us, and I am so excited. I can't spill the beans yet, but trust me when I say this is a meeting that your team members do not want to miss. So invite your team members, not your customers, right? Because this is literally a leadership team area, right? What we have here in these sessions. But invite your girls because next week is going to be powerful. And don't forget either that it's put it in your calendar, log in, let's start, let's go. But yes, there is a surprise for next week. I cannot say spill all of the beans because then that would mess it up, right? So for a little bit of anticipation, I'm so excited to go ahead and bring them on next week as one of our guest speakers. All right, so I also shared, I don't know if y'all saw it earlier or not, but I also shared Breakfast of Champions. So don't forget to register for BOC in June. Dropping the link in the chat tonight because basically getting in the room matters and stuff like that. So I did share everything in Boxer. However, and I'm pretty sure that Mario's going to be posting this as well on our Facebook page. However, I'll share that link for that form, or you could scan the QR code that is on your screen. All right, Lovey, so let's grow, let's learn, let's radiate purpose tonight. I'm going to be sharing the training that I got today. So I am part of a group, or not a group, I guess you could say a leadership class with Donna Pugh. She is a life coach and she is also a trainer, and she trains on leadership and all that stuff. So I'm part of the consultant group there. Today we had Ms. Jacqueline Snouts on here, and she basically went over how to host a virtual party. So I'm go ahead and be playing this. I'm going to go ahead and let it roll. If you have any questions or anything like that, throw it in the chat so we don't forget about it. And then at the end, we'll go ahead and have an open discussion about it. Plug in, remember, listen with intention. Start thinking about what are you going to use, what are you not going to use, and all of that fun stuff. And then towards the end, I'll go ahead and cut it off because then we just kind of ramble at the end. And we'll open up the session for us together here. So any questions? We start rolling this. And can you see the screen?
I sure can.
Now that I start playing it, let me know if you could hear it. I want to make sure that you can hear it. Yeah. Can you hear her talking?
No.
No.
I don't know if there was background noise or if there was something else. Try it again. No, I don't know what's going on. No. I wonder if you could have done like a screen record and then
Audio.
like, I don't know if you needed to watch it on your computer while holding your phone and recording it to then share it.
No. See, I'm gonna stop sharing now. And then we're gonna go ahead and start sharing again. Oh, here it is. Haha. Current only as background, share sound. Found it. Let me know when you can see the screen again. All right, can you see my screen?
Yep.
And so yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Yes.
It has been a wild year. I have a
Perfect.
new baby, first time parents, me and my husband, and we decided to move last week. Which is crazy, but we did need some more space. So it's just 10 minutes away, but it is a little wild. I don't know. I think I'm the kind of person that likes to jump and then figure out how to swim. So, and it has worked well in business, and sometimes in life, it's like, wait a minute. But, anyways, I'm excited to be here, and I'm really excited to talk to you about a virtual sales event and why I love it so much because if I didn't have a virtual option, I don't know what I would have done the last few weeks. I mean, could you imagine just your house in boxes and things like that? It's like, it's chaotic. A baby screaming, someone watching the baby, it's just, there's a lot of movement. And that is where working your business virtually really does shine. Um, Now, I want to just start by saying this in person has beautiful benefits. There are benefits to both, and I do believe all strong consultants can do both. You really want to master both because they're going to bring different things for you. For example, I have been doing a weekly virtual event every single week for the last year. This Saturday, I have an in person event. It's going to allow you to go deeper with few, whereas the virtual is going to allow you to touch many. And you need both of them to have many who are deep, right? We talk about deep and wide customer bases where you have many customers on lots of products. I think of that as like virtual and in person too. So in person you can go deeper, but virtual you can go many. So you really want to be able to have the skill of both to have a very successful business. So I want to ask y'all a question real quick. Have you ever been this person scrolling on social media and you're looking for some advice? You're looking for beauty advice or you're shopping around, you're just, you're looking for stuff and you don't even know where to start. Do you ever just feel like you want to pick up a phone and ask someone like, "Hey, what do I need?" I did that the other day. I'm like, "Can I just call? Like, what's their customer service line? I'm tired of like, all the things. I just want to talk to a human." Okay, people scroll all the time to look for beauty advice, but what they really need is someone to guide them personally. There is so much online, so many conflicting things, so many different products, and we don't all have the same skin. And so that's where your superpower comes into place, is that you are the guide for them to match them with the right products for their skin. We are all so different. And this is why you might see someone on TikTok giving advice and it doesn't work for somebody else because she doesn't have the same scenario. So you are the guide that can guide them personally. Now, this is your job as a salesperson, okay? Your job as a salesperson is to turn what somebody needs into what somebody wants. That's what sales is, okay? So they
Can you say
need,
that again?
yeah. So your job as a salesperson is to turn what somebody needs into what somebody wants. That's what sales
Awesome.
is. So they may need, support finding the right regimen. They may need, the microdermabrasion to kind of have their products work better, but we got to turn it into what they want because people will move into action based on their emotion of what they want, not what they need. You may need broccoli, but you're not going to eat it if you don't want broccoli. So a really great, personal trainer is going to make you want broccoli. So we got to make them want it. Okay. So that's what sales is. And so when we talk about a virtual beauty experience, and specifically this virtual event I'm going to talk to you today about I call it the facial workshop. the facial workshop. It's simple. People can understand right away what it is. Workshop means that they're going to be having experience. So, but I want to tell y'all, it's not just a Zoom call. It is on Zoom, but it's not just a Zoom call. It is a beauty experience. It is a relationship building tool. It is a customer pipeline. It's the first step in the pipeline that I take them. And it is a way to have consistency in my business. Okay. So, according to multiple beauty industry and consumer behavior studies, this is what I found is that consumers are significantly more likely to purchase beauty products after experiencing them firsthand. Why do you think at Nordstrom and at Sephora and all these places you try it? You get to blip, 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 play in it, play in it, play in it. They are significantly more likely to purchase beauty products after experiencing them firsthand. Interactive online events increase engagement and trust far more than just static social media posts. Okay. Word of mouth referrals remain one of the strongest drivers of beauty purchases. These are all some stats that I looked up. So people are craving experiences and connection more than ever, and you have the ability to create this from your bathroom. Okay? You can create an experience and connection with people from the bathroom. And what I love so much about the facial workshop is that it is casual, you guys. I am in my bathroom. I do it along with them. Okay, it's a teaching tutorial where I walk them through how to give themselves a facial at home. And I'm sitting in my bathroom. I have my robe on. I have my little headband, my headband that I pull my hair back with. I usually have a cup of hot tea. It's casual, like we're just like I'm on the phone, okay, is how I get on Zoom with them. And so it feels like a slumber party almost, like where girlfriends are kind of doing skincare together, but we're all in the comfort of our own homes. So it's a really unique experience. Um, what I believe makes this event so powerful is that the experience sells better than explanation. So when someone can experience how it makes them feel, that is what they're going to remember, right? It's like I can describe to you all day chocolate cake, but until you taste it, you don't truly understand how wonderful chocolate cake is. And that's kind of like giving yourself a facial. I can create a reel and tell you, okay, you're gonna do this step, this step, this step, this step. But until they experience the facial, they're not gonna know how, wow, I'm glowing. Wow, that felt good. That was actually kind of fun. Like that feeling is what moves people into action. And I do believe this is kind of why samples matter, okay? Because it gives them an experience. So the Zoom call, it creates intimacy. So whenever there is that feedback, multiple people, like they're on and you're in real life, real time, it creates intimacy with people. Obviously, in person is going to be the highest intimacy, but this is the next level of intimacy is that you get to see them on the call. The guests, they can attend in their pajamas. They can join from their bathroom, from their phone. They can bring a friend. It's so easy for them to invite a friend along with them to do this. They get to try those products like privately almost in their own home, but with support. It really lowers resistance, okay, because it's so easy to participate. There's like not a lot of resistance for them. Now, last but not least, the third reason I love this event, or I think this event is powerful rather, is that it's easy to duplicate. It's easy to keep doing. And so this business grows when events are simple enough to repeat consistently. Most of the time, when you get a great idea for an event, by the time you're getting bored with it and you're like, I need to try something else, is just the time people are starting to understand what you're doing. Okay. So when you think, man, I keep talking about this, people must be so annoyed or bored of me talking about this. That's just right when they're hearing what you're saying. So even though you feel that way, you got to stay consistent. We've been doing this event for a year and we're still growing numbers, growing numbers, growing numbers. Okay. So it is definitely something you got to stay consistent with. Now here's the key line here. One workshop will not change your business, but one workshop each week will absolutely change your business. And that's why having something that's simple to duplicate is so important. Okay, so let's break down a little bit of how does this event even work? Like what, like it sounds overwhelming. Like I don't even know the first step to get it all set up. So does anyone on here like meat and potatoes? Like give me the logistics. Like how do you put it on? What do you do? What do you say? Okay, I'm
One,
gonna give
two,
that
three.
all. I love it. Great. Me too. I'm like, okay, but give me how. So obviously the first thing you need to do is choose your date and time, right? Like just let's get it on the calendar because that's going to get a fire under your butt to get it together. What I have found is that weeknights typically work best. I think that, every night, hopefully people are washing their face, right? And so it's really just, are they going to wash their face with you or on their own? If they're not washing their face, that's even more why they need to join you. But weeknights have typically worked best because typically on like Fridays or Saturdays or even Sundays, like people are doing stuff. Keep it to no more than 45 minutes. No more than 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes max. Um, Remember, these people are in their bathroom typically. So we want to keep it short and sweet. I have a stool in my bathroom and I usually tell people like, hey, if you want to bring a chair in your bathroom or bring a stool, you totally can. I've had girls just stand the whole time. It's really up to them, but I want them to be comfortable. So no more than 45 minutes. When you theme it, it's kind of like wrapping paper on a gift. Okay. It makes people excited to open it. The gift might stay the same, but when you theme something, they just get excited about it. So one thing we do call it the facial workshop because I want it to be very clear right away what it is. But we have a tagline that says professional results, pajamas approved. And I really want people to know that they're going to get actual value from it, like professional results, but pajamas approved. Okay, we can roll into bed right after if you want to. Um, but some other ideas I'm just going to kind of throw out at you is glow from home night, pajamas and pampering, girls night in, self-care Sunday. We used to do it on Sunday. We used to call it self-care Sunday. Busy mom reset. I mean, you can really theme it, and sometimes a theme might even help you book because like if you said a busy mom reset facial, then moms are going to be like, wait, is this for me? This is for me. So sometimes when you theme it, you actually get better booking that way. Okay. Your goal should be to each of these events to invite a minimum of 10 people so that you can have 5 confirmations and maybe about 3 to 5 attendees. Okay. So invite 10 people to have maybe about 3 to 5 people. Um, so you always want to over invite. Now, here's the greatest part too. If you have hostess or you participate in a hostess program, you can have multiple hostess
No,
on this one
get
event. Maximize your time. And I've done that before where you will have maybe like 2 people who brought guests and you just acknowledge them in the very beginning. Susie's here with some guests. Joanne's here with some guests. They're earning free product today. How exciting. This is a total girls' night in. We're excited for y'all to hang out together. So have multiple people there, maximize your time. If you do this right, it could be like the only event you do that week if you have, 10 people there or more. So it really, you could maximize it. Um, Something important to just keep in mind when you're inviting, okay, is to not keep it vague. We want to get really, don't just say, hey, I'm doing this like fun skincare thing on Thursday. Are you free? We want to kind of give them a little bit of what to expect and see first get their buy-in. Once we get their buy-in, then we will give them the details about RSVPing, okay? But usually I'll say something like this, hey, I'm doing something fun next Thursday at 7 p.m. It is a free virtual facial workshop. You'll receive a facial kit in the mail to follow along and learn step by step how to achieve maximum results for your specific skin. All from your bathroom in your pajamas, okay? It's amazing for getting your skin glowing for the weekend. Are you doing anything for Memorial Day? Could this benefit you? Like make it mean something for her. What's in it for her? You doing something this weekend? Would you want to have glowing skin? Join us on Thursday. What are you doing? So I always like to just see like, hey, it's amazing for getting your skin glowing for the weekend. Are you doing anything? What's in it for you? Always think that. Little side note, as humans, our brains are constantly asking the question, what's in it for me? Every time we're going shopping, we're doing anything, what's in it for me? What do I get out of this? What's in it for me? And so as sales women, we want to turn that question and say, what's in it for them? If we can get to if we can bridge that quick and tell them exactly what's in it for them, we've done the work for their brain. So they're like, yeah, let's go. Okay, because they're thinking, what's in it for me? So could this benefit you? Are you doing something this weekend? What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so if she says yes, then we say, great, I'm gonna write your name down, but I'm gonna need you to RSVP. And I send her a link to RSVP. This is her buy-in. If she takes the minute to do this, then I know she's serious and not just saying this. We want to get that RSVP. Now I'm going to show you it. Donna, is it okay if I show them what that looks like, that RSVP? Can I share?
Absolutely. So I need to give you the host of
I already have it. For some
Oh,
reason, I already have it. Yeah.
oh shoot.
Yeah. I don't know why, but
That's how powerful you are, girl. Go for it.
oh
Go
wait,
for it.
no. It says send request. It had
Okay.
the button. I thought
I
I
was
could do
like,
it.
dang. Okay.
It says I can share. Okay, perfect. I think you accepted. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so whenever someone clicks on that link, this is what it looks like. It's just a Google form. You don't see that part where it says Jacqueline, okay? But just RSVP, they choose the date. I've already filled in the dates for the rest of the year because my team always wants to know the dates. When we get close to a date, like today is the 21st, I type in mailed samples have closed because sometimes people are in person and drop off the samples and I still want them to RSVP. But basically, what I'm collecting from them is their name, their phone number, their address for their samples to be mailed. I like their Instagram handle because I do a lot of lead generating through there and I want to know like who they are. So that's not required, but I do like that. And if you do add this in here, even if you didn't meet them on Instagram, you can go and follow them and stay connected to them. So gather that information. Your consultant's name, we have one form for our entire unit. So it's all in one spot. So this is important here. And, there is a way for you to have a link for your unit members that can see all the responses. So you're not always having to tell people, yeah, Susie for RSVP'd. She can see the response if she needs to. Tell us your skin type. Sometimes they know and sometimes they don't. That's why I also ask, what are your concerns? Like, tell me about your skin, essentially. What interests you most? I want to kind of narrow it down, like where what their mind is thinking as far as their skincare set. Do they have any allergies? And then here we do an extra sample if they ask a business question. So they can earn a sample of the CC cream if they watch this video and ask any question about it. So this video is from the company and it's just everything you need to know to start a Mary Kay business. And it's basically just telling them that they earn 50% profit and like all the benefits, right? And so if they ask any question, they get to choose their CC cream shade and that one gets popped in the mail with their samples. Okay. Let me see, make sure I'm not. Okay. Now what do the samples look like? So based on what they responded, right, then I can put together their sample packs. Now, my consultants put their own sample packs together and get it in the mail. That's why everyone has access to the responses on the Google form. New consultants, sometimes I do pay for the samples, but for all of the seasoned consultants, they will send their own sample packs. And that's important because it's your business and you want to start taking ownership and also learning how all this works, right? So when you become a director, you know how it all works. So what goes in the sample pack? I'm going to first tell you that. So the first thing is their skincare set strip. So it's either going to be Repair, the Miracle Set, or Mary Kay. Those are the three options. So depending on what their responses were, it's going to be one of those strips of their skincare set. Then there's going to be 3 treatments, okay? Because we are doing a full facial. Well, actually it's 2 treatments, but there's 3 to choose from. So it's either going to be the charcoal mask or the facial peel is going to be their exfoliating treatment. So based on their responses, they'll either get the charcoal mask or the facial peel. And then everybody gets the hydrating cream mask. Everybody gets the hydrating cream mask. Okay, so their skincare set sample strip, which comes with like 4 samples, and then either facial peel or charcoal mask, and then the hydrating cream mask. And then if they asked a business question, I throw in a CC cream sample. So that's just something fun they get to use the next day to play with. And then last but not least, in their package also comes a menu. Okay. And this is because you're going to have many different personalities. You can also have this menu as a pic on your phone that you can text. But I know women like to see things in person. If they're getting something in person, put it in there so they can see it. So this is so stinking simple, y'all. It's literally just a sheet of paper in half, okay, for their menu. And what it asks from them is their name, their phone number, their birthday. Since I'm not using profile cards, one of the things I'm missing is their birthday. It could, I'm thinking to myself, I could get that on the RSVP form, but right now I just have it on here. I just want to know my customers' birthdays. When they open it up, they have a menu of products to choose from. I'm sure you guys have a set sheet, something like this. It's very simple, just has the skincare sets at the top, some skincare supplements, and then a little bit of beauty. One promotion that we do is when they spend $150, they receive their roll-up bag, this thing right here, for free. Okay, so they get a free roll-up bag when they spend over $150. Now, here's the thing. I love my shop. Okay, I don't know. Raise your hand if you're using my shop. Okay, have y'all had people? Okay, yay, y'all are my people. It is going to scale your business like no other. I'm so excited this is here. It just makes us so professional, so fast, all the things. I do have people I have all of my customers check out on my website. As you know, you cannot edit it. You cannot edit a specific order, right? It just automatically gets handled by Mary Kay. Profit gets deposited into your account. So instead of offering discounts, I offer free gifts. Why? Because I could just mail that gift separately. So she spends $150 on my website. I have roll-up bags here at my house. I'll grab a roll-up bag, grab a little card, and pop it in the mail to her. But the products are coming from Mary Kay. Okay, I do not ship out products anymore. Hallelujah. I'm so excited. That was spending way too much of my time. So Mary Kay sends out the products for me, which is great. They're my assistant. One of my team members calls Mary Kay our assistant with my shop, right? It's like your own assistant. She's doing all your mailing for you. But they get a free gift when they spend over 150. So no discount, but a free gift. So they get there and then I pop that in the mail for them. Okay. Now that promotion is only good for 24 hours. It's not good forever. It's good for that that event. I give it 24 hours. I usually say that night, and then sometimes they're like, well, can I do it tomorrow? I'm like, okay, 24 hours max. Um, the last thing on this sheet that I'll kind of go over is referrals. We do ask for referrals, and this is how you have 10 more people the next week to invite. So every week you have 10 people to invite to that event. And so on the back, it says you can nominate up to 5 friends and family over 18 years for some free pampering. Share their name and number below. When they have 5 people that they write down with their name and their number, they are going to earn coffee on me. It says you can earn coffee on me. Now, you can pick whatever you want to give them. I do free coffee, and the reason for this is because in the Starbucks app, I can text or email a $5 Starbucks gift card to people. So easy right then, right there. There's no mailing. You know what I found was like when I was offering a free product, I was paying $6 in shipping and the product. So it was like a $10 gift, or even more than that. I can just send a $5 Starbucks gift card, and people love coffee. And, sometimes people will do it more for coffee than they will for product. They're like, oh, I'm going to get a free coffee. Like, yeah, like I'll write that down. So if you don't know how to do that, Google it. It's really easy. But if you have a Starbucks app, you just hit gift, type in their email or their phone number, $5, done. And that does, break down to $1 a referral. $1 a referral. But I know that if she's writing her friends and family, I will get at least 1 or 2 of these people to book with me. So it's worth it to me. Okay. But you can
So,
always change what that is.
so Jackie, there's been a couple of questions I probably should have slipped in, and we want to wait till, I think some of these can wait till the end. Um, and
That's okay.
so let me just kind of go back so they don't get skipped over. First of all, early on, there was, Dee Dee had asked for a script, and Lisa's like, me too. What script was that, y'all, that y'all wanted?
I can sit what I say to invite.
Okay, so yes, okay. And then, let's see, Claudia asked, what shipping service do you use to ship your bag out?
Oh, thank you for saying that,
And
Claudia.
then, and then Ann said she uses Pirate Ship to mail her customers, but what do you use?
So the roll-up bag, I do use Pirate Ship just because it's so easy in my house.
Okay,
Yeah. But I did forget to tell you one thing. When I mail the samples, oh, maybe I was getting to that. Is that in my notes? Yeah, it is. Okay, it's next. But I'm going to go there now. So when I mail these samples, I told you what's inside, right? Okay, so I was going through everything that's inside. That's what's on this facial menu. When I mail the samples, I do have a pink envelope. Why? Because the sample pack is your movie trailer before the event starts. This is how you get them excited, right? So if you just mail it in some boring white envelope, they're gonna be, first of all, they're like, is this a bill? And then they're like, oh, this is that thing. Okay. But when they see this in their inbox and it's all cute and has a sticker on it, they're like, ooh, what's this? I'm excited. So it kind of creates anticipation. Anticipation is the feeling that makes people, like move into action and get excited about stuff. So it's kind of like, y'all remember like the night before Christmas, why you couldn't go to sleep? Because you had anticipation. And so that's what I want people to have, the anticipation. I can't wait to open this. Okay, so pink. It doesn't really cost that much more to get pink. Just get pink, it's worth it. And then how do you mail it? I use a butterfly stamp. These are the non-machinable stamps. A lot less expensive than actually printing out a label. When you print out a label, it's gonna be like $3 or $4. When you use a
okay.
stamp, I think there's like 150 or something.
Dee Dee's
Okay,
asking what size envelope is that?
great question. So Dee Dee, I used to use a business number 10 envelope, which is the normal size, like letter envelopes, in pink, always in pink. However, I found that it was the same price to mail this size with the non-machinable as it is that little one. So I'm like, bigger is better.
It stands
And
out.
it stands out better. So I started switching to the bigger ones because it's like it's the same price. Why not? Let me tell you what size this is exactly, but I believe it's a what they call a catalog because it's a half sheet size. It fits this sheet. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's called catalog. But let me I'll look that up and get that actual size to you. But I get them on Amazon in bulk. And then I get my stamps on USPS.com. Everything gets shipped to me. I don't want to go to the post office. And so it's just easy. Um, okay, so pink is important because it creates that excitement. Now, pro tip that I had to learn the hard way, mail them a week in advance. Always be working for the next week. Okay, so right now, like starting today, I'm no longer inviting for next Thursday. I'm inviting for the following Thursday. So you're always working, I guess it's 2 weeks in advance. Okay. Um, I used to mail them just like a few days ahead of time, but some people would get it and some people wouldn't, depending on where they lived, and especially if it was out of state. So just do it a week. I just work a week in advance. So I know that I have this event every Thursday night. So that means on Thursdays, they're going out for the next week. Okay. And then on Thursdays, I start my inviting for the following week. All right, so that's just kind of how it works. So you make sure it's there in time. You want it to get there a few days before the event because people do not check their mail every day. I've learned that. I don't know why, but people do not. And so it sits there sometimes and like they're like, I didn't get it. I'm like, have you checked it? Like, oh, it's been a few days. Let me go check. So yeah, we got to do a few days in advance. Make sure it gets there. Um, okay, now actually setting up the Zoom. This is so by the way, if you keep it 30 to 45 minutes, you can use a free Zoom account. All right. I do pay for my Zoom account, so it doesn't matter if I go over the 45 minutes. I don't, though. I am a stickler about it. And ever since having a baby, that will make you so, because he's going down to sleep. And our bathroom, he used to sleep in our room. Now we are sleep training and he's in his own room. But he used to sleep in our room. And so I had to shut it down. Like I could not be up in that bathroom, like, woo hoo hoo hoo. So it was a strict deadline. And so give yourself that strict deadline. Like I am off and like your family will be so grateful for that, but also your guests will too. So setting up your Zoom. Okay. So you could do it free or paid. It doesn't matter as long as you keep it under 45 minutes. Good lighting matters. Now, even if you are in your pajamas and it's a casual event, the lighting matters so much. You want to make sure that you look professional even though you're hanging out in your bathroom, okay? So here's a few things that I use. I put my phone on this thing right here, okay, this little stand, and it's easy to just have in my bathroom. Sometimes I move it to my office. It's just like I don't even know. And I can send y'all links to everything I have if you want to look at them. But I don't even know what it's called, but it's just like a little phone stand, okay? And it's so easy to just hang it on there. Lighting, I use two different things, two options here. I'm going to show you there's a little pricier option and then there's a more affordable option. I'm going to show you both. I started with the affordable option and I went to the pricier option. Because I love it. But it's these little lights, okay? They look like these little lightsabers. But little lights like this. I have two of them, okay? Now, what's cool about these, is they have a stand that they charge in, but they have these little magnets that they just sit on my bathroom like this, and they illuminate so well. Okay, this looks kind of crazy, but the lights are so good in the bathroom and they're slender. I used to way back in the day had a ring light in my bathroom and that would take up way too much bathroom counter space. Like I got my things. Okay. So I needed something really small. Like these are tiny, like in the corner of my bathroom. Okay, why aren't they turning off? Oh, I forget. You just press it once. Okay. They charge in there. They're really easy. This is also a great option. And sometimes I'll even put all of it on because I'm just like, I want it glowy in here. So, but this one is really simple and it's like you can get one of these for really inexpensive. And then you just put it on your phone like this. Okay. Oh, hello. Stay. Okay. Like that. Right. So those are really easy. But you want don't be bringing a full-on ring light in there. I mean, you can if you have the space, but I do not have the space for that on my counter. So something simple like that. Oops. Um, okay, so good lighting does matter. A camera at eye level and a clean background. So hopefully you can just have like a wall behind you, or if you do have things behind you, make sure they kind of look clean and put together. Remember, you are creating an experience, and so the way that you are showing up matters. We want this to be calming and like spa vibes. I tell my guests, like, we are creating spa vibes. What if you walked into a spa and there was just stuff everywhere? Like, you would not feel calm. So we want our guests to feel really calm. Okay. And then the structure of the event. So I'm looking at my time. Okay, cool. So I do have an outline that I follow. Let me kind of pull this up. So again, I try to keep it real simple because remember, we're doing under 45 minutes. So as people are hopping on, we start at 7 o'clock. And you can tell people that we start right at 7 o'clock with the facial. So make sure that you're there. I know in my head we're really starting at 7:05.
Tell them 7.
Yeah, so I know we're starting at 7:05, but everyone, it starts at 7. What do we do from 7 to 7:05? From 7 to 7:05, people are hopping on, and we are taking off our makeup. Okay, so this is not a sample that they received, right? Eye makeup remover, micellar water is not a sample. However, when they're hopping in, I say, comment below, let us, or, type in the chat, who's your beauty consultant? Where do you live? We get people all over the United States. So I like to tell them that. What are you most excited to learn? And then most important step, the first step in any skincare is to prep your skin, right? And so then I tell them about the eye remover and the micellar water, and I'm doing it on mine and kind of walking them through that. And so that's kind of as people are hopping on. And then the first thing I do is tell them the intention behind the event. And so, the facial workshop, this is a time for you to reset your skin so you have maximum results, immediate results for the weekend ahead. Tell us, what are you doing this weekend? And then people start building what? Anticipation for what they have going on. And then we start with the cleanser. Everyone's on by then. We start with the cleanser. We do the charcoal mask or peel. While the charcoal mask or peel is waiting, sitting on, right, 10 minutes, this is when I'm going to tell them about their menu. Okay, and I'm going to tell them that they have an opportunity to nominate up to 5 women that they can reserve a pampering kit for. They will get a custom facial in an envelope to their door, and it comes with video instruction should they want that, right? And so they can write down the name and number. They get a free coffee if there's 5 of them. So I do that. That doesn't take long. And then I tell them, some of you, and this I learned from National Sales Director Lisa Madsen. Okay, so some of you may have heard this before, but I tell them some of you hopped on to be nice, some of you were excited about a facial and to learn, and some of you had questions about the business. And I have a story to tell you that I was working with a new consultant one time, and actually this is true. I was working with a new consultant one time, and she told me she had been using Mary Kay for 15 years, and no one had ever shared with her how we made our money. And I never want you to say that about me, okay? I never want you to say that about me. And so I make it a priority to share with every single person because it's up to you to decide what's worth it to you. And so then that's when I answer those business questions, okay? So remember, people submitted business questions, so then I answer them. If no one submits a business question, you still answer questions, right? They don't know, okay? And so I always answer, why did I start Mary Kay and how do you get started, right? I keep it quick. The mask is drying, and then we remove it, and that gets people thinking, and they're still with me for another like 15 minutes, and they're still kind of thinking about it. Okay, so then we take off the mask, we run through their serum, right? Either night recovery or lifting serum, their moisturizer. Then we do the hydrating cream mask, and we sleep in it. So that hydrating cream mask you can sleep in. You can, I mean, y'all know it's super versatile. But we do that so we're not sitting on there for 2 mask sessions. We would be on there a long time. So they sleep in that mask, okay? And then I kind of close it by, getting them excited about how their skin is now prepped for glowing skin in the morning. It's perfectly prepped for makeup. I talked briefly about how when they use skincare and makeup from one line, how it melts together and how it seamlessly works together and why that's important. So I'm kind of planting a seed for the next event. The next event that's going to be related to makeup. So, I tell them their consultant.
Donna, mute yourself.
Yeah,
You're really
Donna.
loud.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Okay, thank you.
I was wondering, I was like, what's going on? Okay. I love it. So then I tell them their consultant's going to be following up with them within 24 hours to do a quick 5-minute consult. This is important that it's said so that people aren't like, you're calling them after and they're like, what? Why is she calling me? So your consultant's going to be following up with you within 24 hours to do a quick 5-minute consult. She wants to see how your skin feels, answer any questions that you had from this experience, and that's a great time to, if you liked something, if you want to get it, you can get it with her then. And then I also tell them about the free roll-up bag when they spend 150. Okay, so I point them back to the menu, just kind of close it, right? Okay, so y'all kind of get the gist there of the flow, how it works. Okay, let me see what else. So marketing the event. Oh, wait, hold on. So we end the event, right? And then we have the 5-minute consult. That is when you are doing your individual closes. This is the most important part. If you do not do this, you just left them with excitement and all the things and nowhere to go. No clear steps what to do next. So that 5-minute consult, I do have questions that I send out to my team. And the first one is, how does your skin feel? How does your skin look? You mentioned, this is the second question and the most important one. You mentioned that under eye circles was a focus for you. That's why I think the Miracle Set was a great choice. What did you think of it? So that question is important because we're taking back in what they said in their form. Remember, I said, what is your concerns? We're going to take what they said and we're going to give it back to them. So you said that, wrinkles around the eye area was important to you, or discoloration was a concern for you. That's why I think the Miracle Set's a great fit. What do you think about it? So it opens the conversation there. We're not calling them and saying, hey, what do you want? We're saying, hey, you said, and this is my recommendation, what do you think? And then she tells you what she thinks, and you kind of help her make a fit that's right for her. You keep making those recommendations. Remember, hey, you're pretty close to the 150. When you hit that, you're going to get a free roll-up bag. Like, that is amazing. These are the best bags ever. Could you use a mascara? Could you use an eye makeup remover? Whatever to get you there. So you keep hitting her, getting her to there. And then it's simple. It's just great. I can send you a link for you to add this to your bag and check out, or I can take your card info over the phone and submit it for you. What is best for you? So I am going to use my shop either way. I'm going to CDS it, or she's going to check out on her own. My goal is that they check out on their own, but I know sometimes if you just take that card info and you put it in for them, it just happens faster. But those are the two options. It's like, I can send you a link for you to check out on your own, or I can take your card info and do it for you. What is best for you? Okay. Now I want to pause real quick and tell you something cool that's coming out. You may or may not know this. The company has released that they are coming out with cart links. Yeah, Lisa's like, yes, I know this. I know, Dee Dee, amazing. I'm so excited. What does that mean? That means you can put together products and send her a link and she can check out. So you could put together what exactly was in her thing, send her a link and she could just check out. Because what I have found is if you just send your website, she's lost. She's like, what did we use? What do I need to add? Blah, 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 all the confusing things. So use your best judgment. If it's someone you think who's gonna know how to check out, do that. If not, just take her card info. But yeah, the company is coming out with cart links, which means you will customize her shopping cart and just send her a link to put her card info in. Yay! I cannot wait. Okay. And last but not least, the last question is, have you thought about extending your skincare benefits into your makeup? Remember, I did mention it on the call, kind of got their brain thinking about how when they use one line, it all melts together. And so I asked her that because typically I'll have some type of makeup event going on, maybe once a quarter. They're not as often, but I can kind of think about, okay, I want to plug her into that. That's the next event I want to take her to. Usually it's there that I will have a recruiting conversation if she's someone that I want to share the business with, or it might be after she makes her purchase, she gets her products in the mail, then I set her up for a recruiting conversation. It's not usually, I don't book it right then and there, and I know that might be controversial, but I want to make the sale first. I want her to be established first. And then when she receives her products, I'll either schedule that recruiting conversation or do it at the makeup event. Unless she's asking me questions, I'm like, let's go, girl. If she's, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, if we've talked about it before, then kind of use your judgment there, how fast you want to go with that. Okay, so that's the close. And that's the most important part. Like in an ideal world, you would do it that evening, but remember we're ending this event around 7:45. Some people have younger kids, whatever, and so it's just the next morning or at lunch. By lunchtime next day, it's like we have a conversation. Okay, so marketing the event, and I am gonna post my script so you guys can see that. But really the things that you want to talk about. Okay, so I do market the event on social media. You can text your customers to kind of get the ball rolling. I'm in a new place now. I'm like, all these neighbors are going to be invited. So there's so many different ways you can market, but the conversation is more around let me see, what did I write in my notes? I want to look at that really quick. So I'm not really talking about like the specific products or ingredients when I'm marketing. I'm more talking about why self-care matters, why having a facial at home matters, why consistency in skincare matters. And guess what? If consistency in your skincare matters for your results, then at home skincare matters. Sometimes people think they can just go to a spa once a month and get a facial and that's all they need to do. But actually, to have results in skin, you need to have it consistent, like daily routine. And that's why at home skincare really does matter, like what you're doing on a daily basis. And so those are the kind of conversations I'm talking about. Convenience, girl time, relaxation. These are the things that are drawing people to the event. Okay. So, so kind of talking more about those things. Marketing the event is like planting seeds, all right? So you don't plant one seed and expect a garden tomorrow. We have to plant seeds, we have to water them. It's like you're getting a lot of feelers out there, and people, every time you say a message, okay? My team knows this. Judy's gonna know what I'm about to do. I only have graph paper in front of me. I hope you guys can see this. But what we talk about is this bridge of belief, okay? Imagine that you're on one side of the bridge and your prospect is on the other side of the bridge. And sometimes you're over here and you're like, why doesn't she get it? Mary Kay's products are so superior. Our business is so superior. Like you're screaming from the rooftop and she's over here because she doesn't yet have the same beliefs as you. And so every time you do a message and you explain why at-home skincare matters more than just doing your skincare once a month at a salon, every time you're moving her a notch, a notch, a notch, a notch on this bridge. And pretty soon she's going to be on your side. But it's not like instant. Depending on where they are on the bridge, some people you just say one thing and they're ready to go. Some people you need to layer it, the marketing. You need to layer the marketing. And that's why showing up consistently with a message on social media or in other ways that you can communicate with them is so important because it moves them every time. It moves them. And then pretty soon they'll be ready. ready to take action. Some things to share that really help move people on the bridge are, like social proof. What is social proof? Social proof is like post a picture of the sample packs that you're mailing out. Post, share countdowns to the event, share testimonials from the event, take screenshots of the workshop. Like if this was a workshop right now, I could do like a quick little pic and post about it. It's like show people that it's actually happening and people are coming. This is the social proof people need. We're humans. We have human nature. And most of the time, we're going to go with the crowd. What are people doing? And so you need to show that it's happening. It's happening. Okay. That's social proof. And then another thing, too, that's really good to share are like before and afters. Um, send personal messages. Okay. So even if you don't just rely on your social media, you also need to send those personal messages because the social media will move people on the bridge, meaning like they are more and more likely to say yes. But the personal message is actually how they take the action and say, yes, sign me up, RSVP me. Okay. So let me see. Anything else I need to share? Okay, so for you, your action to take is to pick a date. Pick a date that you're going to start a virtual event. Like I said in the very beginning, it is non-negotiable for a successful businesswoman to know virtual and in person. This is how businesses run today. And so you got to know that you have both. Now, what your consistency level of both look like can be different, but having that skill set to use both when you need to is going to make you a stronger business. You do not need to be the most experienced person. You do not need to have perfect skin. I've heard that before. Oh, I'm not cute enough to be, naked face on there doing my. Yes, you are. There are women that need to see you, the real you. People like real authenticity, authenticity. Also, lighting makes it look better, okay? And you can look cute. You can put your little headband in and your little robe and put like some lip gloss on, okay? You can look cute with no makeup, I promise you. You do not need to have perfect skin. You do not need to have the perfect words. You simply need the willingness to create an experience that women will feel cared for. And that's what people remember, by the way. They will remember how they felt cared for in every step of the journey from receiving this in the mail to actually doing the event. That is what builds a business, is what people remember, what you leave with them. Okay. So that is what I got for y'all today.
Wow.
All right, so that was a lot of information, ladies, and you will be getting the recording of this as well. But what stuff like that, my main thing was do it in there so I wouldn't forget the cart links. I am so excited for that. So because that's gonna drive your customers to the website instead of you doing the CDS order, right? Instead of you doing that through there, you're gonna go ahead and create their little information on their link, and it'll process it through your website. So now they can go ahead and register, do the thing, put all their information. They'll be getting emails and all that fun stuff on behalf of you, and everything is going to be recorded. Plus, obviously, driving them to where it's just as easy, right? So, but does anybody want to share anything that you guys got? That you liked, that you didn't like?
I liked the different names that she had for it.
Yeah.
Pajamas and pampering. That one was cute for sure. There was a couple other ones that I missed, but I got the glow from home, pajamas and pampering, and busy mom reset. Those were pretty phenomenal because who gets to actually do something at home,
Mm-hmm.
with instruction, because a lot of times, we'll go out and buy something and we're like, okay, how do we use this? Or what do we do? And what order do I do this on? So saying it that way and then having the step by step and everything for them. So I think that's cool. And I have to learn about this whole cart links thing That's pretty interesting too, which I needed to see this and I can't wait to get the link so I can watch it again and again and again and again before my virtual party so I can figure out exactly what I need to order so I can ship it out and what all I need to get for it. So really
Yeah,
cool
so
timing.
yeah, a lot of good information. I was excited for this because a lot of my, I guess you can say, they still contact me and I'm like, oh, and I'm like talking to, like, let me send you that. But this kind of just put it all together because I have a lot of leads from San Antonio, and I'm like, well, I'm not ready to do a virtual because I don't even know how to handle it, right? Or get it too complicated in my head, I guess you can say, right?
Overthinking.
Yeah, she laid it out like this. I'm like, oh, do this, do that, making fun, making like, oh, she said my keyword, which y'all, if y'all have worked with me, you all know that the word experience is like one of my keywords. And when she said that, I was like, oh, here it is, right? So, but yeah, I will be sending the recording of this, and I was sharing some of the links on here, like the envelopes, and the envelopes are not very expensive. They're like $20 for like 50 of them. If you needed more information about that stamp, it's the non whatever stamp, the little butterfly one. So what that does is that you can put it on that envelope, and instead of putting a label and paying about $3 to $4 to ship out those samples, it's only like $1 and change if you use that stamp. So I'll be throwing some of that information on there too. Well, on that email, if you want, throw in your email in the chat. I know Belinda, we had talked about it before, so she already threw it in there. But throw in your email in the chat so I can forward you all of the links that she sent me right before the call. So like that, you have everything on there. The scripts are there, the links are there, even the little link for her phone, the little selfie lights, all of that fun stuff. And obviously, if you have any questions, just let me know and I can get in communication with her and, try to get you some more information if need be. But very important, though, as well, if you have not set it up already for the My Shop, please make sure you set it up. It is pretty easy. However, sometimes it could be a little confusing. So if you need help with that, Mary, just reach out, love. I'll be more than glad to get on a Zoom call during the week or whatever. We could set up a time and I could go ahead and share my screen and walk through it with you, or go into your Mary Kay in Touch, and on your profile there should be the thing that says My Shop. Oh, you just finished setting up. There you go. You see, it's easy. So yeah, so you keep the same link. It's the exact same thing. And those cart links, I'm just so excited for that. I'm so excited for that because if you're like me, I have some customers that you tell them, oh yeah, just go in the link, and then like, oh, it's because I couldn't find it, or oh, when you follow up. And with this, you just, oh, here's your link, and boop, it has everything that they just told you it was, and they'll go through your My Shop. And I like how she said Mary Kay is like her assistant. She calls her assistant, right? Because Mary Kay just ships everything out for her. So, but any other questions or any other feedback that you got from the training? No, no, no. All right, cool. Well, it's about getting close to about the 8:30 mark. And then just a reminder, ladies, before we hop off tonight, just wanted to remind you, every single one of you, something that I always say it and I will repeatedly say it, and you're gonna get tired of me saying it because I'm gonna keep on saying it. You are loved, you are needed, you are wanted, you're capable, and you are not alone in this journey. This right here, this is your business, and this is your business, but you're never alone, like Muriel says, right? So sometimes we look around and we think everybody else has it together, but sometimes we feel behind as well. Sometimes we get discouraged because life is lifing. We all have lifing, right? But I need you to remember that God did not place his dream in your heart by accident. And I will keep on saying it because sometimes I need to remind myself as well. You are a daughter of the King, and because of that, you already carry purpose, value, light, and authority inside of you. So this business right here is not just about living. It's about it's about the growth. It's about becoming the woman that God created you to be, while helping other women rise too. So we have 40 days, ladies. If you are not at the very beginning, we have 40 days left in this Mary Kay year. 40 days to believe again, 40 days to recommit, 40 days to go all in, whatever your status is right now. But do not count yourself out before heaven counts you in, right? So go love on people, go follow, go book the appointments, go make the posts, go send the messages out, do whatever you need to do because the world needs what God placed you inside of you. So I love you all so, so much. Thank you for spending this evening with me. But just a reminder, I'm proud of you guys and I believe in you and I cannot wait for next week because we have a mystery guest speaker next week. So I'm super excited. I cannot spill too much of the beans because she was like, shh, but it's going to be powerful. So if you have any team members, this is going to be obviously for for leadership and our team members. So it's not for customers or anything like that. But if you have any team members, next week is definitely going to be a meeting. It's going to be an empowering night. But other than that, I will be sharing all of that information later on too. Keep an eye on Voxer, keep an eye on your Facebook page. And other than that, just go radiate purpose, Lovey. So other than that, I will talk to y'all soon. Love you and be good. Stay out of trouble.
Never, never out of trouble.
Exciting. A powerful leadership-focused guest speaker is the perfect way to fire up the team. Be sure to keep an eye out.
Even my Gemini is excited about next week.
I love that. All right, ladies. Mwah.
Bye.
Love you, Belinda.
Love.